pense que c'est bon. Faut pas avoir beaucoup plus.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for attending this third session of our Golden Gate webinars. Please do not hesitate to ask any question you may have in the chat. I will ask them at the end of the presentation. A poll will be launched later during the presentation. Please answer to it. Finally, a post-webinar satisfaction survey will appear on your screen after the webinar. Please take a few moments to fill it out. It will help us to improve our next webinars. Thank you so much and have a good moment.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for attending this meeting. So today we will focus on the new organization of operations. So you know that we have made many work streams with many recommendations from the work stream. So we take all these recommendations, to build a new global organization, which will take in place during the next month. So quickly, just to feedback on the principle driving the operation transformation, we need to improve the quality of service. This is the first goal of our Golden Gate project with the notion of customer centricity. We talk about that during the last work stream for all our clients, insured members, of course, but not only, because we have also HR, providers, and brokers. This is our 4 main clients, and we need to address all the requests in a timely manner. In parallel, we need to set up a new organization to address the pain point identified by the study made by Stratello. The study made by Stratello last year with the main pain points we have identified and we need to address in redesigning the different customer journey. When we talk about pain points, a few examples, the phone calls, because we know that with the phone we have many issues about transfer between departments or between offices. We know we have pain points with bank rejection. We know we have pain points between back and forth between departments or between offices without to answer quickly to our members. So this is the main pain points we have identified and we will address with this new organization. To do that, we will put in place, we will implement, a consolidated customer care, and we will go into details during this presentation. In parallel, we will create some centers of expertise to deal with complex activity, case management, VIP, new concierge service, checkup, and we will centralize some back office activities in some business unit. Of course, to do that, we will develop employee skills and we will do a specific training plan and we will explain what we will do during this webinar to be ready before opening new communication channels. We are working very well to open a chatbot before the end of this quarter, live chat in October, WhatsApp for some clients. So we will open new communication and we need to be sure we have the good organization to handle these new channels. And in parallel, we would like to have, a global, organization between all offices. That's why we have designed a kind of matrix organization for sub-departments to have, a global view on all process and offices. I give the end to Dua.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Laurent. As you know, and as we presented previously during the last webinar, we had different workshops for the different work streams that we put in place. And we conclude with some key recommendations and conclusions, all based on the client experience improvement. The first pillar is the redesign of the customer journeys and client-centric and create a client-centric organization. The second one is the creation and the implementation of a reinforced customer care department. The third one is the creation of expert teams. As Laurent mentioned, we will have some new services, and level 2, let's say, activities with more complex tasks and responsibilities for the teams. And the fourth pillar is the reinforcement of the quality within the operations department. Regarding the redesign of the customer journeys and the client-centric organization, we concluded and we decided to create dedicated department according to the customer typology. So we have identified 4 key typo. The first one is the insured members. So we will have activities and departments dedicated and focusing on the different members of our portfolios. The second client is the medical providers. So we have and we will present you a new organization within the operations dedicated to the medical providers. The third one is all our partners, for example, insurance companies or CFE. And the 4 main typology of customer is the HR of our clients and the brokers. So we will work also on specializing some key expertise per office within MSH. Regarding the second pillar, the reinforced customer care department, Mathieu will tell you more about that, but just a few words. We will centralize the different calls within this team, so they may answer directly to the members when they call MSH, and they will manage also prior approvals for members and different letter of guarantees for optical cares. And also this team will be in charge of the adjustments, for sure not the complex one, but the main requests for adjustment that we may receive. Regarding the third pillar, the creation of expert teams, we have concluded that the pre-certification teams should be reporting to the operations. So we will reinforce also the case management. We will create a new service. It's an added value services with a tariff that we need to suggest to our clients. So it will be VIP service, as Laurent mentioned, and conciergerie. So we are still building medical conciergerie service, and we will suggest this to our portfolio. We will create also a department dedicated to our partners, as I previously mentioned. And we will also reinforce the technical accounting department within MSH France by centralizing all the bank details update for members within this team and the bank rejections management as well. The objective is to reduce all the bank rejections that we have recorded. And the last but not least, the reinforcement of the quality within the operations department. So Laurent will tell you more about that also. And transformation and client experience improvement department will be created. And the quality service and in-house training department will be reporting directly to this to the operations and within this team. The main goal of all these transfers is that it will be supported systematically by the equivalent staff transfer during the next months. Laurent, your turn. Thank you.
Thank you, Doua. So as explained by Doua, you know, we have started our reflection based on your recommendation. This is not, you know, an organization top-down. We take all the recommendation, all proposals from the workstream to build the new organization based on what you suggest during all the workstream. You will see on this slide the global, organizational chart, and we'll go into details for each mission for each department. What you can see, we will, as explained, we will build a new matrix organization for some departments. We will have a worldwide PMD, Performance Management Department, directly linked to the worldwide operation and transformation direction. We will create a new department, Transformation and Client Experience, and I will explain, the mission of this department just after. For dispute resolution worldwide, we will introduce, matrix organization. So we will have, all dispute resolution team in all offices with hierarchical links as of today, but a functional link with the global dispute resolution leader to be sure we are consistent and we manage all complaints for all departments on a global view. And this new position will be directly under the worldwide operation transformation direction. For MSH payments, we will include the management of the bank details updating and rejection. I will explain just later. And for fraud department, this is as of today with a specific department with some people in Tunisia, Dubai, Paris, with some reference everywhere in the world. As you can see on the right of the slide, we have decided to create a new business unit in South Asia. We have launched this project. We are now in the study and we will define the country before the end of April to create this business unit in an operational way, at least at the end of Q1 2024. This is to be more close to our clients and prospect, and this business unit will manage all flows for our portfolio for all countries in South Asia except China. Next slide. So for the new department of Transformation and Client Experience worldwide, I think you saw that we have sent some job description, for this first pillar of mission, Transformation and Client Experience. So we are looking for 4 project manager to help these missions. So we expect to have more power to define the new path for claims, pre-certification, case management, onboarding, to be sure we are consistent with all our clients when we have some issue, and to be more proactive when we can see an issue on one process or one client, and also to do some benchmark with competitor of some service company in the same way to implement new features in the future on digital services on our process to improve client experience. In the same department, we will put the service for quality program led by NN. We will have a new position with NN to be sure we have sufficient resources to help this ISO certification, and we would like to put ISO certification directly into operation. Today, ISO certification, I would say, is in the sky, not on the ground, because we do meetings, process meetings or some dashboard, but without any link in fact with what we do on the ground on a daily basis. And I would like to put ISO certification or another certification directly linked to our operation to improve the quality of service on a daily basis. The third mission is we will put the department led by SAR, training department, to close the quality loop. We will have transformation, client experience, quality, and training to be sure we can monitor all the improvement of client experience in the same department for all offices. And the estimated date of implementation will be the 1st of April. For MSH payment, technical accounting, the principal change is we will locate the bank rejection and the bank details update in this department. We know this is one of the most principal pain point in our global process. We receive many complaints. The turnaround time to manage bank rejection is not good because we have many departments involved in this process: enrollment, sometimes customer care, sometimes disputes, sometimes claims, MSH payment, and the skills for this activity is shared by so many people that this is not very consistent. That's why we have decided to centralize this activity under the responsibility of MSH payment and technical accounting for all our portfolio. Except for Dubai compliance policy, because you have linked with the local accounting team, and this team in charge of this mission will be localized in Tunisia, but under the responsibility of MSH payment, and it will be implemented in July 1st. And I give the end to Mathieu to explain the consolidated customer care.
Good morning, everyone. I'm glad to present you the consolidated customer care. The deployment of the consolidated customer care is one of the pillars of our transformation plan. It came out very strongly during all the end-to-end process workshop we had last year. And the objective is really to reinforce customer care as an expert contact center, to be the single point to answer phone calls and mails, to deliver one-step response to all our members. And to go further with that, to develop this reinforcement by integrating into customer care some insurance operation. Our insurance operation is essential for our members and then can be managed in few steps, in one step or few steps. For instance, we can say the processing of insured reimbursement adjustment, and also to manage prior approval directly in the customer care or optical request. And we are also working on enrollment operation, allowing to eliminate calls or email transfer to generate processing delays on actions that can be done in one step or at least in few steps. Our will is really to make customer care the central point of contact for members, a central point able to respond to the majority of requests we receive, but also to process the majority of recurring process that can be decided quickly. That's why we want to give some back office mission to customer care to deliver as much as possible in one step and to avoid transfer channel from one team to another, which, as we all knows, that it's a major irritant for members and also for us in the team, and which creates delays for members and workload for us. This is what I could share with you today about the consolidated customer care.
Thank you, Mathieu. So as explained during the introduction, in parallel, we have decided to concentrate more back office activities in some business unit. This is a movement we have done since few years now. For example, in Paris, we manage only paying claims for the European International Bank, but we didn't manage anymore any paying claim in Paris. All claims have been transferred to all centers, especially in Tunisia, for paying claims. Before the end of June, we will do the same change between Calgary and Tunisia. So all claims managed by Calgary office will be managed by Tunisia office before the end of June. And we will continue to concentrate activities on the three main business units: Tunisia, Dubai, and South Asia. When we will create this new business unit to have more resources to handle this activity, more mutualization to manage, peak of workload, and of course, this is, to be honest, a question also of cost, because this is an activity of frequency with a cost, and today we have many competitors in the market, and we need to be aware of the costs we propose to our clients. That's why we have decided to concentrate this kind of activities in this three business unit in the future. For enrollment, Chaz?
Yes, okay, thank you, Laurent. So moving on to better manage the increasing front office workload and also to facilitate the development of expertise within the team, we will be centralizing the activity in Tunisia. This really makes sense today. The majority of the team is actually based in Tunisia already. We are therefore going to reinforce the training there, and we will be in a position to officialize this transfer from the 1st of July at the earliest. The team should then be able to prioritize and also provide support to the consolidated customer care team, which Matthew has detailed. This change will enable us to centralize the enrollment back office workload for both the corporate and individual portfolios in Paris, and at the same time allow us to concentrate our efforts on the development of the HR B2B service, as well as our relationship with our brokers. As for Dubai, there is no change to the management of the local activity. Can move on to the next slide.
It's my part. The management of insured members' guarantee and payment and healthcare coordination. That's what we all call today pre-cert. With the development of the consolidated customer care, we have the opportunity to transform pre-cert into a strong expertise center for the management and the coordination of care for our members, always with a strong relationship and the cooperation with the medical department and our network department. We really need to deploy case management on all our guarantee of payment activities as soon as it makes sense in terms of client support. In the past year, we have developed a strong case management for all sensitive and high-risk cases, and now we must achieve the same development for the general support of our members and to have a smoother customer journey with more proactivity to go back to our members and also to our provider. We will to systematize case management on the majority of hospitalization cases, to be as close as possible to our members and to be as aligned as possible with our service providers. And to organize that, we will have to work closely with the new customer care, the consolidated customer care. First of all, to train them on the pre-approval and optical coverage, and also to be very close with them to answer questions they could have, and to be sure that we can handle cases that they cannot handle, even if they will work on the insurance operation. On the right-hand side of the slide, you can see the provisional deployment schedule. And that's what I can explain today to you regarding the management of insured members' guarantees. And I give the hand to Audrey.
Thank you, Matthew. Hello, everyone. I'm very honored to find you and to speak to you now. We would like to make the management with providers strength and advantageous service, as many of our clients are asking for. We are more and more challenged on our processing times and our fluidity of relationship with the providers. Thus, our vision is that an organization by type of customer, a provider's department has all its place and must interact in a fluid way with all the internal actors concerned, including the medical team and the network team, for example. All BUs are concerned and the implementation will be done between July and September. Next, please.
Okay, next we can share that the management of requests from HR teams and brokers will be maintained in the 3 sites, so Paris, Tunis and Dubai. In Paris, the primary missions for the management of the corporate and individual portfolios remain the daily administration of our client and brokers' requests, setting up new contracts, providing technical support for existing portfolio management, invoice administration, as well as debt collection. So the reorganization will allow us to consolidate the B2B service that has proved to be a hit with our existing clients. By limiting the number of interactions, we have reduced the response times and improved efficiency. So we really want to progress further in this fashion. In parallel, the reorganization will allow us to invest in our partnership with our brokers, as we equally need to better understand and meet their expectations on a daily basis. In Tunisia, the teams will continue to manage their own existing portfolio of clients, such as Asecna, Wafa, and Mofa, with the development of the HR B2B service. I'd just like to point out and reiterate that the MSH and Preventer portfolio management remain centralized in Paris for this activity. And finally, for Dubai, we will maintain the primary missions, daily HR and broker management, the implementation of new contracts, invoice management, debt collection, as well as the printing of all direct billing cards for members worldwide. So all of these teams will have people who really will be dedicated and who will prioritize and provide the necessary support to make the consolidated customer care a success on a daily basis. I pass back to Audrey.
Thank you, Chaz. We take a quick look at the IO department now, which is an excellent example of the vision we have for the future. The great team is already customer-oriented through its specific organization, and the pre-agreement activity will be able to be processed for the customers concerned directly. This way, we go one step further towards end-to-end management. And with this team, we have the proofs that this format works very well and suits the customers perfectly. Next, please. In the same spirit, our customers expect a high level of service, and we want to take up this challenge by creating a specific VIP team, which will handle requests from start to finish and will be at the forefront of embodying our customer-centric vision. And next. Thank you, Anas. As I said earlier, we also want to improve our relationships and day-to-day management with our external service providers, and have therefore decided to give ourselves the means to do so by creating a team dedicated to relationships. For our death and disability team and MetLife team, no change. They are also already organized and end-to-end customer-oriented teams. Thank you, Anas. Concerning support and training, we know that the context of evolution is conducive to questions, doubts, but also inspiring and challenging. We also know that you are at the heart of this evolution, and we want to build together. We have built a support plan to aim to satisfy several points, and actions will be carried out concomitantly to ensure the coherence of the whole. On the one hand, we will launch a survey next week concerning your experience of the MSH culture, which will then allow for exchanges in workshops in order to co-construct together a reference framework of our practices on 3 levels: management, employees, clients. We count on your contribution and your input because we are together vectors of a success story for our project. Next, please. We choose a transparent communication and adapted and specific training. All of this is built in dialogue with the company's various partners. Next. Yes, thank you. In prime time, here are some examples. You can already connect to the mini website on which several tabs are at your disposal. You will find all the necessary information and also video on the customer experience. You will be able to build articles and discover that a message is engaged with its clients in the AMARC Association, of which many of our clients are members and have appreciated our presence and our commitment to making the customer experience as satisfactory as possible. On the customer experience page, you can find news about what is happening in the market through and inspiring and funny videos. The other good news is that we are internalizing the basis customer-centric training, and we are going to train trainers in order to guarantee a permanent, coherent, and harmonious increase in skills for all our sites and employees in contact with our customer. You will participate in regular coaching and animations about the customer experience. In addition, Sarah's team will be present and are in the starter block to accompany each new position at the business level, as well as tutor employees who will be designated. Furthermore, we are pleased to share you that we have worked to offer you the best with a customized training for manager about the customer-centric posture and specific tools to support teams with, for example, discovering listening debriefing techniques, le chronorythme of teleconsultant days, and the creation of animation and challenge. Next, please, Anas. And finally, we are also preparing a podcast for you in which Dua will explain when the position will be open and you will be able to express your evolution choice. We will be launching the interviews and following the recruitment process. Thank you for your listening.
Thank you, Audrey. Thank you, everyone. Just for Dubai team, first of all, I would like to thank you for all your proactivity, and you have been since the beginning of the year, specifically with the changes that we had. We have faced a lot of challenges with these changes, and you have shown a lot of adaptability, and you have been agile. So this is what our group and the transformation team wants. So really thank you for your support, and it cannot happen without each one of you and your adaptability and agility. So thank you again. I'm sure that there are a few questions, but meanwhile we have Suzanne from our team. She's the ambassador, so if you have any question, you can go to her. If you have any other questions, also you can come to me. We will have pizza time after this event.
Pizza time, great.
Yeah, pizza time, pizza lunch.
Pauline, do we have some questions?
Yes, thank you. Indeed, we have received some questions. First one, can we have more details on the VIP and conciergerie service?
This is a new offer we'll build. In fact, this is an ongoing process to build this new offer to our clients. This is a billing offer. This is a new service which is billing to our clients. For VIP, this is very for the top management of some of our clients to be handled directly by a senior team. Calls, mails, and claims to be sure we handle this kind of request properly. For conciergerie, this is an ongoing process to build this new offer, to do some administrative task on behalf, the member, to do appointment with, some medical facilities, to organize travel for treatment, after an hospitalization, to send, a nurse or something like that. But all, administrative package, to do some administrative tasks on behalf of the member. And again, this is a new offer which will be, not in the standard package of service, but as for checkup service, it will be built more than we offer today to our members.
Thank you, Laurent. Next question we have received. When are we planning to give members the access to update their own bank details?
Good question. We will start tests this month to be sure it works properly on the website. This is the first part, and after that we will do tests to be sure all data entered into the website will go directly on the good fields into V9. So we expect to launch this new feature in mid-April or end of April for our members. It concerns, of course, the most current currency, not exotic bank details, because the format is not the same. But we will have this new feature for most of our clients.
Thank you, Laurent. Next one, will the new customer care structure answer calls from medical providers other than GOP requests?
No, calls for medical providers, depending on some organization, because for Kagari, this is not exactly the same organization, but globally speaking, calls for providers will be handled by the providers team mentioned by Audrey. Calls, mails, claims, reconciliation in a unique team. For GOP, not prior approval, I mean GOP, except for Optic GOP, but it remains handled by a pre-certification team. But to do that, the flows between calls, we need to change all IVR to be sure calls go directly to the good team, especially for customer service for prior approval.
Thank you, Laurent. Next question. Where will be the new Asia business units?
We don't know yet. As explained, we have launched a study, and Dubai is the sponsor of this work on this study. We think about 3 countries: Indonesia, Malaysia, and Philippines. But maybe it will be another country. But we have some criteria, to be sure we will be on the good location. Depending on the level, of employees, the cost, of course, the market in the country, and we will take our decision again before the end of April.
Thank you. Next one. Will the managers from the different services remain the same?
Yes, at this stage, but we will open new position in the group and with the transfer between all teams. So manager can candidate can be candidate to this new position, and if we take one manager of the team to take a new position, of course we will have a change.
Thank you. This answer also answers the last question, which was, will there be open management positions?
Will there be
New positions on management level?
Bon, pas question.
Est-ce qu'il y aura des nouveaux postes de managers qui vont être ouverts?
A new management position? Not really new, but we send new position for global department as for transformation and client experience improvement. We will open a new position for the global dispute resolution team. And of course, when we will have movement into a business unit, some new position will be opened.
Okay, thank you. So we have reached the end of our presentation. Thank you all for your attention, and we wish you a really great day.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, bye.
Thank you.